Hey guys, here I am. You guys just left. I'm going to record this video now. Hopefully this one works. I apologize for the kind of the weird slash, disoriented lesson today. Didn't go quite as how I planned, but those that did the push-ups will get the extra credit, and hopefully we can kind of like clear up this whole thing. So it's been a weird couple days, kind of just internally and administratively. So hopefully we kind of enjoy this one. All right. So from Ref Brown and Dick here we go. So we're going to talk about quantity demanded versus demand, right? So we're going to really get into the heart of what economics is really about and how individuals really make choices. Okay. Yes, there are costs, but like now let's put numbers to it, right? So first thing that we want to get to know is that there's a big difference between this thing called quantity demanded and demanded, okay? When you demand something, it's very different than the quantity that you do demand, right? So if you get lost in understanding this, it's going to be tough for you to catch up this semester. So we're going to start off with a simple product, okay? It's called a widget. Now, we don't really need this history lesson here, so I'm going to kind of move on. But to help determine a price to be charged for widgets, we need to have a charge price high enough to cover all of your costs and to make enough above your cost to make a profit. Because in reality, that's what we're talking about. We're talking about profit. That's what we like. That's what we love. Okay? So what's the difference between quantity demanded and demand? Well, we start by setting up a table with two column headings, our price and our quantity demanded. Okay? And at a price of $9, the quantity for a widget, all right, we're going to want 2 units. Okay, $9, 2 units. But as we go down, it's going to be ever increasing, right? 8, 3, 7, 4, 6, 6, okay, 5, 8, right? But we can put this on a graph too, right? We can model this. Now, price always goes on the vertical axis, and quantity always goes on the horizontal axis, okay? This is our relationship between price and quantity. Q stands for quantity demanded, all right? So if you remember to mind your P's and Q's, get it? P, Q, always start with price and then quantity. Shouldn't have any problems remembering it. So let's place the prices and quantities on the graph, right, just so we see it there. And we'll put the dots in, okay? 9, 2, 8, 3, 7, 4, right? 6, 6, 5, 8, okay? So now we do the most important thing, and we connect the dots, right? Boom, okay? And look at that. We can see the relationship between price and quantity. As things are more expensive, less people want them. As things are less expensive, more people want them. Okay, there's going to be more demand. And at the end, we'll label it D because D stands for demand. Okay, not quantity demanded, but demand. This entire line is demand. So we've just drawn our first demand curve. Okay, you'll be drawing a lot of these, so make sure you kind of stick with this. I promise, we will not let you down. So it's downward sloping from left to right. Okay, again, left to right, it goes down. It's downward sloping. Nearly all demand curves slope downward from left to right. Nearly. We're not going to get into the ones that don't, but nearly all of them do this. Okay, so nearly all demand curves have an inverse relationship between price and quantity. As price goes down, quantity goes up. You guys see that? And then vice versa. All right. So for the most important part of this, we need to talk about the difference between quantity demanded and demand. All right. So what is it? Quantity demanded is just a point on this curve, right? That one. For $8, 3 units will be demanded. Okay. We just talked about it. Boom. So if the price changes from $8 to $6, the quantity demand goes from 3 units to 6 units. Okay? So you guys see that? The quantity changes. Not demand, but the quantity changes. Notice when there is a change in price, the quantity demanded changes, but demand, the entire curve, stays put, right? We move what's called on the line. Right? We're moving on the line here from 3 units to 6 units. Okay? So in other words, when price changes, you go from one point on the demand curve to another point. We move on the line. The demand curve itself does not change, but quantity demanded does. So then, just to reiterate our point. So in economics, it's wrong for you to say if the price changes from $8 to $6, the demand goes from 3 to 6. That's wrong. You can't say that. It's more correct to say that quantity demanded goes from 3 to 6. Okay? So central. Points to remember. Price changes, quantity demanded. Okay? Price does not change all of demand. Okay, so we can see it here. Using the graph above will help you understand this concept. So we can kind of play around with this. We can take and put it on the price line, and we can move our mouse, right? As the price decreases, quantity demand increases, and then vice versa. As price increases, quantity demand moves as well. This line stays put, right? We're kind of going through all this. Is it the price that changes the quantity demanded, or is it the quantity demanded that changes the price? What do you think? It's the price. Price changes quantity demanded, okay? Because remember, this is how people behave. Price is an obstacle, okay? If price changes, quantity demand changes, okay? Quantity demand has no effect on price, but price has effect on quantity. So, in summary, the demand curve is a graphic model or illustration of quantity demanded at various prices. A change in price changes the quantity demanded and not the demand for the good or service, okay? So, think about this question as you come in on Monday. What is demand? Okay? We said it a lot during this lesson, but what is demand? What are we actually demanding? Okay? Stay tuned for Monday. All right? Guys, I want you to have a great weekend. Again, I apologize for this lesson today. It'll all clear up and it all makes sense. All right? It's very new. It's very abstract, but with a little practice, we'll be okay. All right? Have a good one, guys.